Hi everybody, I am here today to do another episode of Senior Chefs. Today we are going to be making an early summer, late spring favorite freezer jam, strawberry freezer jam. This has always been a very standard in our house because it does not involve boiling the glasses or anything like that. We're not canning. We're just going to be making this up and putting it in the freezer, which for our purposes is good enough. And I suspect that will work very, very nicely for you as well. For this recipe, we have 2 cups of strawberries. We also have 4 cups of sugar. And we have 1 packet of pectin. I always go with Sure-Jell pectin. And 1 packet will be 1 recipe. So those are your ingredients. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started on the strawberries. We are going to hull the strawberries. And once we get the strawberries hulled, we will cut them down, cut them up. I always put them in the blender because people in my house don't really like chunky jam. So will be jam as opposed to jelly, but it's going to be a little bit smoother. We'll get this cut down here like so. If I were living in my mom and dad's house, we would be first, right about this time of year, going out to the strawberry farm, and we would be picking strawberries. Truthfully, that was never a big favorite of mine. I didn't mind making the jam. I wasn't too keen on picking the strawberries in the hot sun. I figured at the beginning of summer break, I had other things to do. So now I kind of wish that there was a strawberry farm close by. In any case, these are Giant Eagles. Okay, strawberries are cut. Let's get them blended. Okay, so our strawberries are blended. I have got the sugar over here. However, the biggest mistake you can make is to pour this in on top of the sugar. You'll never get that properly mixed up. You're going to want to add the sugar very slowly and gradually. So in a separate bowl here, we have got our strawberry puree, and then gradually we are going to add this sugar. Get it good and stirred up. As you can see, it's already getting kind of thick. We will in fact be adding the pectin, however, and that will cause it to gel. This is such an easy recipe. You're going to be so surprised when you see how little it takes to really put this together. In terms of senior chefs, this is something that anybody that has a mind to do it, anybody will be able to do. Okay, our strawberries are all mixed up and good to go. At this point, I'm going to mix up the pectin. Okay, so our water has come to a boil. This is 3/4 of a cup of water, to which we are going to add the pectin. And what's going to happen is we are going to keep this pectin stirring continuously. It's going to be a little bit chunky at first. We will know that it's done when it gets clear. So we're going to just keep stirring and stirring. And it will only take a minute or so for this to clear itself up, at which point we will be good to go and ready to add this to our jam. Okay, so the pectin is boiled. As you can see, it thickened up a little bit, and that is what the pectin is there for, is to cause this stuff to thicken. At this point, we are going to just pour this into our jam. Just like that. It made a nice syrup for us. Okay, get that out of the way. We're going to get this completely stirred into the jam. What's going to happen is, once we get this into the jars, we're going to leave the jars out on the counter for 24 hours. After 24 hours time, you can sample the wares, or you can stick it into the refrigerator. It will last in the refrigerator for about a month. You can stick it into the freezer, and it will last in the freezer for about a year. And so I would say that at this point, this is pretty thoroughly mixed. So now we're going to take our jars and we're going to fill our jars to within about a 1/2 inch of the top. Okay, so at this point, we are going to start filling our jars. You see how easy this recipe was? This recipe is shockingly easy. And it is so good. In my personal opinion, I think that freezer jam is more tasty than the regular kind of jam where you're boiling it and, covering it with paraffin and everything like that. This just captures the fresh flavor of that fruit. This is what our freezer jam looks like. So, enjoy.